Okay, so back on my tip about emotionally healthy children. Well, socio-emotional, I would say. I was thinking in terms of boy-girl relationships. And once again, I have little children, 4, 5, and 6. So my students are just learning about the ways of the world. Well, actually, I think they said like 85% of your brain is developed by the time you're 3. So a lot of the things that they strongly believe right now has been developed since they were infants. But there are some things that we can do as caregivers, parents, loved ones to really help them to think about the world around them. I know that we typically, with kids, we think about where they are in the moment. And we do need to be thinking about developmentally, like, yeah, like, where are they? Like, what can they understand? But I struggle, and I have a whole backstory about this, but when my students are like, I don't want this color, this is a girl color, or this is a boy color. I know there's a whole social construct on what's for girls and what's for boys. And we've all grown up in that, but that's that's not true and it's not healthy. Colors do not have any type of sex or gender or anything like that. They're colors. And we can enjoy any and all of the colors. But the fact that they so strongly, like literally, they be like, I don't want this color. This is a girl color. Wow. Well, you just colored the picture. Like, so parents, I will tell the kids that there's no such thing as girl colors or boy colors. And if they say, well, my mama said, I said, well, at home, I'll say at home, you guys can say that that's what it is. But for here at school, we don't differentiate or we don't give colors those type of titles. We say colors are for everybody. I think a hard one is the whole us being black as a people, race, whatever they have set as a title for us. And then, of course, with colors, like our skin is these different colors. And, we're trying to associate things actual with the actual color. And then the white kids are confused because you call them white and the black kids are like black. And those are things that, yes, parents, you should talk to your children about because we're learning about colors at school and they are confused. And we will talk about that. We talked about colorism. And once again, my kids are 4, 5, and 6. Those are the age ranges. And if you think whatever you're saying at home or whatever you're exposing them to is not making any type of difference, look, I don't remember anything from these ages. I personally do not. So this is all a learning curve for me. I have no remembrance of things said specifically during this age, but I know that there's a lot of things that happened during this time period in my life that has affected me to this day. So, but just saying, I've had children outrightly say they don't want to use certain colors like black or brown or darker colors because they don't like brown. Then when you say, "Oh, your skin is brown, like you're beautiful," and they're like, "No, it's not. I hate brown." Like they have strong feelings, very strong feelings about their skin color. I work at a pretty much all black school. We think we have one white child in our class and one biracial child, and it's been like 3 or 4 students. The boys less so. I'll just say that. I will say that. Once again, this is not me doing a whole bunch of studies. This is just me looking at my different classes. The boys less so talk about skin in relation to people. The girls are the ones that have said the comments of not liking their skin, liking light skin better, wanting white skin, those type of comments. And parents, caregivers, whoever, friends, cousins, like, they're getting that from somewhere, even if not, even if it's not from your mouths, like cartoons, maybe things that they're watching. I watched something one of my nieces was watching, a whole Barbie episode, and I realized there's nothing wrong with Barbie. I grew up with Barbie. There's a reality though that when so many even cartoon shows have all Caucasian people, like there's no neighbors that are different. There, like there's not really that diversity. You can, you don't even. I don't even think. Of course, I don't think a child necessarily says that that's a standard of beauty. But if you see it and it's put in front of you so often, the normalization of it makes it become a standard of beauty and fun or what's good or whatever. And there are things that we're trying to do to combat that and talk to our students and all that. But these are things that needs to be talked about, like in the home and in the car, and just asking them their thoughts about things. And if they make comments, just asking them questions and not demonizing them for just having human thoughts. But they come from a place. And just once again, thinking about raising social, emotional, healthy kids, we just got to talk to them and give them the truth and put images in front of them that said, like, all these different things are beautiful. All these different looks are beautiful. And we talk about how God, are you saying what God made is not beautiful? Like God made, your skin the color that it is. So anyway, like, it's been really interesting. But I did tell one of my friends, I was like, well, I did not love my skin. I thought it was the color of boo-boo. And that just was kind of, but it wasn't in a comparison to another nationality or ethnicity or race skin. It really legitly was like, when I was a kid, I'm like, why my skin look like that in the toilet? Anyway, things that I thought about. But so they're gonna have questions, and they're gonna say things, and once again, it's not all kids, it's not all the time, but just being aware of those things and addressing them, not being mean about it, not making them feel bad, but just honestly just talking to them about their thoughts, or where'd you see that at, so the things that they watch and the things that they hear, we just really need to be intentional about engaging children in those ways. And then the last thing I was really pondering on, just what I see also, is just the boy girl thing. Dealt with that too growing up, especially being an athlete. Just hearing stuff like, a girl, run, dude, I can't, why do you think I can't run fast? Because I'm a girl. Who said, who told you that? Wow. Because where is these things, you guys, like, they're not taking them out of, like, kids are observing and they're hearing and they're watching. This stuff is not just coming out of nowhere. And we really, as caregivers of children, need to be very diligent. That's just a way to love them, and just engaging them in those different things and helping them to be confident kids. That's something important to me too, with our children. Helping them raise confident children. And I don't have any children of my own, and I'm not telling anyone how to raise children. This is me as a teacher saying what I gotta talk about this anyway. whether you talk about it at home or not. Like, it comes up at school, and we can't just ignore it and say, what's 1 + 1? That don't matter. No, all of your life matters. You're a human being. So we have to talk about this. But I'm in just saying that sometimes, I mean, we spend more time with parents' children than they do. People got to work. My mom had multiple jobs. That's not, necessarily the point. It's just that in working together, like, these are just little ways that we can just be intentional with children and helping to raise emotionally healthy kids and engaging them, helping boys see how valuable girls are at a young age. So then when these boys become men, women wondering why they act in the way that they do, a lot of those things started from when they were young. And there's no excuse for anybody. Women, same thing. A lot of the thoughts that we have about men started when we were young. But now that we are really talking about mental health and emotional health, we just got to start somewhere. And even if they're teens, even if they're middle school, especially, we got to engage children. We got to help them to see that their voice is so important. They're humans. They are just as important as an adult human. Adult humans make mistakes. We don't know everything. Make mistakes. We don't know everything. And just one fun example of that, going through the alphabet with my students, and W, V, and U kind of get mixed up. And one of my kids one time when I was trying to explain W and how it's different than M, how the legs go up and just all that kind of stuff. But they kept calling it a double. They were like, it's a U, it's a V. And then one of my kids was like, double V. And I thought about it when I saw the letter, and I was like, yes, it should be a double V. It should be called a double V, because that's exactly what it is. And just out of the mouth of a child, like, it was just beautiful, because I'm just like, you guys are just, in essence, just wonderful blessings. And and are aware of things so much more than we give you credit for. But I mean, I just thought that was just so funny, but it was just so, like, logical, and it made so much more sense than W. So anyway, I pray for those kids. I pray for my kids, my students. Hope, if you believe in God, that you're praying for your kids and other kids, and but also just action. Like, how can we do different things and say different things, and nobody's perfect, and the burden is not on one person. It does take a village to raise a child. I totally believe it. No one should be feeling that burden by themselves. I don't care. 2-parent home, single-parent home, whatever. Foster, adopted, whatever. We can love kids and be intentional in many different ways, and we need to try. So